I was out of town today batching up some content, hopefully to support the people at my organization, the Realty Firm, and all of you that follow along in the real estate productivity space. And it got me thinking that, one of the questions that I've always asked agents from across North America, even into Europe, and I've polled over 5,000 of them, what is the number one thing that gets in the way of the happiness, freedom, and results a broker owner or a team leader or even an individual agent desires? And funny enough, the answer is always time management. Time management. And you see this industry-wide. There are so many so-called coaches or trainers that always talk about time and time blocking and time hacks. And, some of that's relevant. But my perspective is a little bit different in the sense that I don't believe that time management is the issue. I believe that choice management is the issue. And choice management revolves around the choices that we make inside of the time that we all have available to each and every one of us. So I thought I'd give you this little exercise today. And it's an exercise that was given to me many years ago by a good friend, Joshua Smith, who has probably the most downloaded real estate podcast in the world, GSD Mode, which stands for Get Shit Done. Joshua Smith is probably one of, if not the most highly impactful real estate trainers, digital marketers, and entrepreneurs that I know. So the exercise goes like this. Write down the number 168. There are 168 hours available to each and every single one of us. That's not different for any other human being on the planet. From there, I want you to write down the number of hours on average that you sleep in a week. How many hours on average do you sleep in a week? Subtract that number from your 168 and recognize this. There are no wrong answers. There are no stupid answers here. This is just for your point of reflection on time. From there, I want you to write down the number of hours on average that you work in a week. How many hours do you dedicate to your real estate career each and every single week? Maybe it's 40 hours. Maybe it's 60 hours. If you're a workaholic, maybe it's more. But ultimately, you're going to subtract that number as well. And finally, dedicate 10 hours a week, which means 2 hours a day, 5 days a week, or any which way you look at it, to non-negotiable personal development, or what I call spiritual development. Doing the things that you know that you need to do in order to bring the very best version of you into your next experience. You see, in my deepest truth, I don't believe that we can properly serve our friends, our family, our real estate clients, or members of our organization unless we are serving ourselves at the highest level first. And these can be activities that you formulate on your own personal path, whether it is reading a non-business related book, whether it's journaling, whether it's meditation, whether it's proper hydration, whether it's a form of physical activity, whatever it's going to be for you that brings the best version of you into your experience. You're going to subtract those 10 hours as well. From there, you're going to have 168 hours. You're going to subtract your sleep time. You're going to subtract your real estate career time. And you're going to subtract the activities for your personal or spiritual development. On average, most people indicate that they've got 40 to 60 hours left. So maybe the math is a little bit different for you. Maybe it's not. But take a look at that 40 to 68 hours, and those are the hours that I'm going to suggest that you dedicate to your purpose. Anything and everything on this planet has a purpose, whether it is your family, whether it is your community, whether it is your charity, your church. Real estate is not our life's purpose. However, real estate, if done well, can be an amazing vehicle to serve that purpose, to serve that life path, to serve that passion. And if we really start to get this right, we recognize that purpose and working in purpose is going to create more and more momentum in our real estate business. When you dedicate that time first, you're also going to eliminate what I reference as career resentment. Let's face it, This business can chew us up and spit us out if we're not careful when it comes to time. And so by dedicating that time first, by dedicating your personal or spiritual development time second, and over time, I guarantee those will flip, but let's leave it at that for now. And taking 2 hours a day, 5 days a week for non-negotiable business cultivation, aka non-negotiable lead generation. If you do that, you write your ticket from a real estate sales or leadership perspective. But the challenge is people don't do it. And so all of a sudden you've dedicated the time to do the things that you want to do with the people that you want to do them with. You've also just dedicated time to serve yourself at the highest level, to make sure that you're bringing the best version of you into each and every experience. Finally, you're dedicating time to generating more business, not getting too caught up in the transactional side or wasting time scrolling social media, hanging out in toxic work environments, being the last guy standing at the bar at your next conference. When you get intentional with your time, you are going to take some action. As you take some action, you're going to have an impact in your own business. And as you have an impact in your business and on the lives of others, you're going to get a drastically different result. And you're going to avoid the career resentment that we all have, so that you can build more quality of life inside of the time that you do have, and things are going to flow much easier, much faster, much stronger. And if you keep pouring gas on the fire of what we call the momentum inferno, you're going to see drastically different results. That's just one-time exercise that I have for you. I'm going to follow up with some other longer videos to give you a few hacks. But remember, it's all about the choices. It's not about the time. Everybody's got the same time. Those of us that have hit higher forms of productivity tend to make different choices in the time that we do have, and you can too. It's just about getting very, very intentional, aligning your actions, being far more responsible, taking personal responsibility, and watch what unfolds. If you liked this real estate productivity tip, if you like this personal development tip, be sure to like and subscribe to this channel. I'm going to continually post content on here designed to serve and support you inside and outside of the real estate environment. Look forward to connecting real soon.